Yes, Alex, indeed, you are first. My boobies look big in this. I gotta stop wearing tight shirts, I guess. I don't feel like this shirt's that tight, but the camera disagrees. Alex likes my tatas, though. He gave me a winky face.
You know what? Not surprised.
You're not surprised by that?
No.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to imply. What's that implying?
You're a hot man. That's what it was.
That I'm a hot man. I knew that, though.
I don't want this life. No, that song's so weird.
Which song?
That's what I wanted.
That's a good song to have stuck in. Like, if you're gonna have a song stuck in your head, it might as well be a good one.
Yeah. Excuse me.
There's a particular picture I'm looking for, and I can't seem to find it, which is quite perturbing. Alex, I saw your video, obviously, and yeah, you gotta shoot straighter. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do.
You can't tell people to just shoot straight down.
Sure, I can.
They
I
can
just told
shoot
him.
in whatever direction they want to.
Except that he was complaining about it in his video. He was saying, I didn't shoot straight.
Well, that sounds like his problem.
That sounds like a him problem.
Oh.
Well, try harder, I guess. And I have tried a Tipex one time, and I couldn't get it to shoot. Because I had to rush onto the field real fast. I didn't really have time to play with it or anything. I'd never used it before, and my gun was broken. I needed to get out on the field for a scenario. Um, and he was like, "Here, this is how you do it. This is how you." And what happened was, um, I guess one of the balls was dimpled, and so it wouldn't fire. But I couldn't figure that out. I took the clip out, put it back in, tried again, nothing was happening. Tried it again, nothing was happening. I'd never used it before. I didn't even think about the fact that a dimpled ball wouldn't shoot out of it, just because I don't play MagFed, so it didn't occur to me that that would be a thing. You're a thing.
I'm a great thing.
You're a something thing.
That's mean.
Well, we're 4 minutes in, and it's just you and me, Alex. Just you and me. Are you all ready for Ion?
That's
We're going to be talking
I'm
about that
here
today.
Too.
You're working. That doesn't count. You are indeed still here. Well, this one didn't shoot, and that's what
Where's
Paul told me.
Terra Firma and Old Minion and Hell Minion and Blue? I'm assuming. Who the hell knows anymore? And Coco. Where are they?
They're not on yet. It's only been 5 minutes.
Where is the support and the love?
You will be ready, but you're not ready yet. Well, that's better than not being ready at all, I guess. Well, that's one of the things we're going to talk about today is Ion prep. I have things to show. Exciting things. I'm very excited. I gotta clean this area right here because it looks a mess. It looks a mess. We gotta get this thing out of here. We gotta return this one on. It just everything behind me looks nice, and then you got that stuff.
Zoom in closer on your face.
Zoom in closer on my. I don't know if I can. I assume I can do that. Let's see here.
You're so far away. Push closer into the screen, and then zoom real close in on your face. And that way you won't see any of that. And think about what Nightmare's basement looks like. You broke it.
I broke it. Uh oh. Now look what you've done. Now look what you've done.
I haven't done anything. You're the one pressing buttons over there.
I didn't push anything.
Why are you breaking shit?
There we go. Okay, I fixed it. Whoa.
Well, that's better.
Oh,
there you go.
There we go.
I fixed it, and it looks cleaner now.
Now, how do I undo that?
I don't know. Oh, and you don't gotta worry about your boobies.
I don't have to worry about my boobies. That's rude. He said it's hideous. How do I zoom back out? What have I done?
I
can
have 12
flip
minutes.
fit to screen. That's better. Okay. I can zoom in a bit, but I don't need to zoom in that much. That's a little better.
What is taking her so long?
I'm gonna get my boobies out of the screen so no one has to see them. Don't talk to me that way. Well, what do you got going on while I'm waiting for everybody else to show up? What you got going on? Any scenarios or anything going on for you before Ion? Just, how about normal play? Just weekend warrior stuff. Until August. What's in August? I can do all sorts of fun stuff on here, but I have nothing fun to display. Prometheus at Hogback. Well, that sounds like it. Oh, okay, Magfed game. Sounds like it could be fun. Probably is fun. Magfed is one of those things that I always intend on trying, I just never do. What are you doing there, love?
Sorry, I got a message from Kelly.
What does it say?
Private Ion business.
Private Ion business that I'm not allowed to partake of. This important person. Well, no one else is here yet. We're coming up on 10 minutes. Once we get to about 10 minutes, if there's no one else here, I'll just get started. Screw everybody else. Let me send them a message. Hey, Dog, why don't you send them a message? You're on there anyway.
Well, I thought maybe you had sent them a message.
I did not. Kilo 6'9". I don't know what that is. I look like a Magfed guy. I don't know what that means. Is that a compliment? Loki, stop getting on the counters. Are you trying to say that I'm fat? Is that what you're trying to say? No one cares. No one cares.
Alex cares.
That's true.
Don't call Alex the Nolan. He's important.
He is. He's important. But I'm talking about no one on here cares. None of our teammates apparently care. None of our teammates care. Someone who lives in a completely different state that I've never actually met in person, he cares more than our teammates.
You know.
Hey, Luke's here. Yay, finally. Yay. He was busy. that's 2 people. All right. Let's get it going then. Let's get it going. So first thing is the 2-man tournament that we had over the weekend. So Luke, you and I were there, obviously, and we came in 4th place, which is pretty good. I'm happy with it. I have no issues with 4th place. It's your 2nd time ever missing a life. Well, you're not missing it right now. You're on now, so you're not missing it. But we got 0 on our first game and then 100 on the second game.
Let's talk about your first game.
Let's talk about our first game. We're going to talk about our first game. What's up?
So, you played a...
Everybody, wait, I have to put a warning up.
I got pants on.
Warning, no pants.
I have pants on.
Scandalous warning.
So, they played a team that had been...
No one can see your face. Come over here.
Why is my face...
Come over here.
I need to go this way.
No.
No, that's the closet. That's true. Okay. So they played a team that has been playing professional speedball, or more so, they have been ranked. I think they're Division 4 or 2.
Those are completely different.
I think they're 2. I think they're D2. For 6 years. So I feel that your 0 was not warranted because of their skill level already. Also, when we played our 5-man, we started out real strong and we ended real weak. So that, I think that goose egg helped you a little bit. Kick some ass in the beginning. And now I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, so we got 0 the first one. But that was BOD, and they are a professional team, or semi-professional team, I guess. And they've been playing together for 20 years. It's been a long time. Now this was a 2-man, so there's only 2 of them, but still, 2 players that have been playing together for 20 years, they're going to crush Luke and I. But I feel we did pretty good overall. And I had a mishap. And you guys will see it next week when I release the video. You'll see what happened. It was 2-man was a lot of fun. In some ways, I like it better than the 5-man tournament that we did. I'm definitely going to go back next year, provided he has the 2-man tournament. A-Dog seems to think that Coco and I would take first place. I don't know about that. Luke, you and I did very well, and I'd love to do it with you again if you want. But you got to learn to communicate, man. I keep yelling things to you, and you just in your own little world. And you guys will see that on the footage where I'm yelling to Luke like, "My guy's here. Where's the other?" And Luke just ignores me the whole time, doesn't say a word. It's quite frustrating. Luke, you definitely got to work on that. But that's why she thinks that Coco and I would do really well, because we both are loud. We both communicate very well. Because him for speedball and me just in general, although the NXL, when we did that really woke me up to how much communication really matters. But I've always tried to be a communicator, but that one really, really helped with that. But yeah, so we actually ended up tying. We got 500 points, so we won 5 out of 9 rounds. And with 2-man, it, for the most part, this is not 100% true, but for the most part, either you get 100 or you get 0. There's very little in between, just the nature of the game. There was one that Luke got out, and then I held off. I didn't get either of them out, but I did hold off until the last 10 seconds or so, and they weren't able to get the flag, so they only got 40 points, which was pretty good. But anyway, yeah, it's either usually 100 or 0. So we got 500. We won 5 out of 9 games. Which tied us for 3rd at the very end. There were the team that we were going to be tied with. They had one game left, and I was talking to the guy beforehand, and I said, "Now remember, you got to lose this, because otherwise you tie us." And he said, "What happens if we tie?" I said, "Then you have to play us again." And we had beat them before, and he said, "Well, I don't want to play against you guys again." And I said, well, then make sure you don't win the round. And he said, but I want to win. And I said, then I got nothing for you. You have to do one or the other. But they won. They did very well. They won that game, and then we ended up having to do one last tiebreaker. And by that point, Luke had already like dressed, changed his clothes and taken his gun apart and everything. And Luke, I told you not to do that. He didn't listen to me. But yeah, because it was 500, and played a great last match. Nothing bad to say about it at all. And but we ended up losing that one. You guys will no, you won't see the video of it. Unfortunately, the camera errored, and I didn't get the last two games. But on the last one, I was engaging with the one up top, and like he was in control, and then I was in control, and then he was in control, and then I was in control, and he ended up getting. I was behind a triangle of blue barrels, and he got one right between some of the barrels there, and it got me in the head. And I'm not sure if it was splatter or if it was an actual hit. I'm actually not sure, and the ref wasn't sure either, because I felt something, but it definitely wasn't like a head hit. I mean, you could tell the difference. So I called the check on it, and he said, yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm just going to call it because there's a lot of paint on you. So, it's disappointing, but good for him. He got me out. And then shortly after that, Luke got the other guy out. And if you guys watch this, I apologize. I don't know your names. I know that you even friended me on Facebook. I don't know your names.
Bright.
Dalton, that's the one. Dalton Bright
was one of them.
Yeah, Dalton was the one who got me out.
I'll figure out the other.
And so Luke got Dalton's teammate out, and then they were exchanging back and forth, but Dalton had the high ground and Luke was below him.
And maybe if instead of shooting me, who was off the field,
yeah,
Luke shot
Luke
Dalton.
ended up shooting A-Dog, who was taking pictures. But they had a good battle, and then Luke he was trying to kind of make a move, get out of the way because he was at a disadvantage, and just like walked through the open. Luke, good job there, walking through the open, but he didn't get hit. It wasn't until he actually got behind a bunker that he finally got hit. No, it was not speedball. It was woods ball. But that being said, it wasn't mechanical or pump or magfed. It was just whatever you had. No ramping and 15 balls per second, which I personally think is pretty high. But, whatever. That ends up working. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you as far as the oversharing. I always I'm like, shooting left. He's on me. He moved right. You gotta yell everything. Yeah, and Luke, you definitely gotta work staying on the open. But yeah, Luke did not get hit while walking through the open. It wasn't until he actually got behind a bunker that he finally got hit. But like looking at it 2020, if he had just gone for the flag and grabbed the flag, he probably could have ended up grabbing the flag and then getting the win. Because if he had managed to grab the flag, Dalton would not have been able to hit him. He would have been too far away at that point. So, but hindsight's 2020, and it was a really good game, and they deserved the win. So that's awesome. Now you'll notice behind me, right? Which way am I going? Right there. So that is a prize. It's a trophy for third place. Which I'm going to add 0.5 down there. Maybe a 0.5 right here. But what happened was that they decided that it was such a good game that they got 2 trophies. Dalton got one and his teammate got one. So Dalton gave us his third place trophy, which is awesome sportsmanship. So these 2 kids, or I don't know how old they are. They might not be kids. I don't know. But
they're in college.
They're great sportsmen. First of all, it was a great game. They played very well all throughout the day. But the fact that they're willing to do that is terrific. Hey, Loke. Pup. So congrats to you guys for getting actually third place. And it's fantastic that you guys are such great sportsmen to give us a third place trophy, even though you guys beat us. And Dalton said he ended up telling me, he said, you guys beat us the first round. And I said, yeah, but it doesn't matter who won the first round. The fact is that you beat us at the tiebreaker, so you earned third place. But yeah, that was great. So thank you very much for that. It really means a lot that people are that good sportsmen in general, let alone especially to me. So
more so just decent human beings with what the world is today.
Yeah, decent human beings in general.
A decent human being.
True. But in this specific case, sportsmanship of decency in this particular case. So I'm going to add little 0.5s to the end of that, but I'm definitely keeping the trophy. And hopefully next year I can take home actual third place or higher. That'd be nice. But there were 10 teams signed up, but only 9 showed up. So we were 4th out of 9, which I'm pretty happy with. That's pretty good. Not bad at all. Sportsmanship is definitely key. You're absolutely right, Alex. And these guys definitely had it. Although there was sportsmanship throughout the day. Honestly, there was only one thing that happened to me that I was not happy about, but we got over it. The ref and I talked about it, and we got over it. I'll go through that later. And then the only unsportsmanlike thing that I saw from a different player besides myself was one guy who, after I believe it was his second round, he got shot out by a little kid, maybe 10 years old. Would you say that kid was?
What are you talking about?
Anyway,
no, explain.
It was a kid that shot him out, which is a great shot, and it was unexpected, and he was just so unhappy. Now he didn't yell or scream at anybody. He wasn't swearing at anybody. But what he did do was he just stormed off the field.
No, that wasn't a little kid. That was Dalton.
Was it? No.
Yes.
No.
It was. Yes.
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm absolutely
right. Well, Dalton,
right.
if you watch this, tell us if it was you.
I remember.
But I'm sure 100% that it wasn't.
I remember exactly because you
him.
walked up to him
Nope.
and you said,
"No.
Good game, good fight."
Except that you're wrong. Anyway,
that is,
whether it was him or not, the point is that I said to that guy, "Hey, that was a good fight," and he just kept walking.
Then, first of all, the kid was 15. Second of all, he had made it halfway around and he was wrapping around this way, and Dalton came forward and he was right by the flag. I don't care. I'm talking to you.
You're making only 10 gestures and no one can see you.
Okay, so
still can't see you. Still can't see you.
This kid was about 15, and they were playing against the Bright Boys. And Dalton was right by where the flag was, and this, we'll call him a kid because he is a kid, he's 15, got all the way halfway and started flanking around, and it was, here's Dalton, here's the kid, and it was a firefight and a really good battle, and Dalton put some pressure on the kid and moved up a little bit and got him out, and this kid did not take it well. He, like you said, did not storm off, but you went up to him after the fact and congratulated him from the good fight that he put up, and he didn't want to have anybody talk to him. Nothing was going on. He just rushed off the field, and in the end he felt better and continued to play, but his partner was a little kid.
Yeah.
It was the nephew of the Speedballers.
Right.
That's what happened.
Well, it wasn't Dalton. But anyway, the point is that he was not happy. And but I mean, like I said, he didn't put up a show or anything. It wasn't a big deal. It just wasn't very sportsman the way he handled it. But everyone gets upset sometimes. And it's not, he didn't let it ruin the day or anything. He kept playing just fine. Never had another issue. But what happened with me was, so I don't remember if it was the same guy or another one. I think it might have been the same guy. So they checked our feet per second after every game. Whoever won, they checked the winning team. And his gun, I guess, stopped working. It errored. Hello, Coco.
Hi, Coco. Coco.
So his gun erred and wasn't shooting, and so he wanted to check the balls per second, or the feet per second, and it wouldn't fire. So he ungassed and started unscrewing his tank, and the ref was like, if you mess with your gun, I have to deduct your points. I think it was a 20 or 40 point deduction for that. So he screwed it back in. He didn't unscrew it all the way, but he unscrewed it partly, put it back in, and then turned the gas on, and then fired it, and it wouldn't fire still. So they weren't able to check it, but he didn't deduct any points for that. Which is, fine if that's what the guidelines are. It's not fine if that's not what the guidelines are. So a few games later,
You had to switch guns.
I had to switch guns, but that was even later than that because I played around with that, and then I made sure that the feet per second were good.
No.
And then
No.
shush. Made sure the feet per second were fine. Played the game; it was no problem. And then the next game I played, we won, and afterward we checked the feet per second, and my average was high. It was like 283 for an average instead of the 280. And he said, "Oh, that's high. I gotta dock you some points." And I said to him, "Oh, so you have to dock for this, but someone fucking with his gun afterward is fine." And I think it was the fact that I swore that upset him. And he said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Well, the guy took his gun apart before you checked him, and you allowed that. You didn't dock any points, but you're going to dock me." And he said, "I could take 10 more if you'd like." And so I just walked away. I didn't want to argue with him. I didn't want to lose any more points. And so I ended up talking to Tim Toy, who's the owner of the field, about it. And he said, "You're right. Either it needs to be consistent. Either you pay attention to what the feet per second are, and you dock anyone that's over it and messes with their gun, or you don't. Whatever the answer is, that's perfectly fine. Just be consistent. You can't do it one way for one person and another way for another person." He agreed with me. And the ref did come talk to me later, and he said, "I didn't dock any points for you. I didn't dock any for him. I didn't dock any for you, and that's perfectly fine. I have no issue with that. Either dock for feet per second or don't. Either consistently check it or don't. It's one or the other. It can't be both." So it worked out, and I have no issue. If they had taken points away from me, I would have been perfectly fine with that. I was shooting hot apparently, and that's the rules. But you can't take it from me and not take it from somebody else. But they didn't take it from either one, so I have no issue with that.
I have an issue with, they say in the beginning of the game, it is your responsibility to chrono.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that your guns are going to change during the course of the day based on shooting or temperature or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that if you would chrono them and tag it, then you don't have to even worry about that.
And what if someone messes with their gun after you do that? What if someone turns it up after that?
Okay.
You have to check it.
I'm not saying you don't have to check it, but if you checked everybody's first, or check before you go on the field. That's what we did at the 5-man. They checked our guns before they went on the field.
But they give you the option. You can check beforehand. You don't have to. It's just the winning team that has to check afterward.
Oh, okay.
They gave you the option. You could check before you went on.
Okay.
Which I should have done, but I didn't think. I was fine the game before, so I figured it'd be fine there. And it wasn't over by a whole lot. It was 3 feet per second. It's not like it was 20 over or something. Loki, what are you doing?
He got his ice stuck in the thing.
There you go. So that's what happened with the 5-man. Those are the only two pieces of non-sportsmanship that I saw. And like I said, we got ours worked out, resolved, no issue, and the other one wasn't really a show or anything. It just he wasn't happy with what happened, and everyone could tell. You could tell. And there were some younger kids there who they hadn't. I don't think they played much at all, and they decided to do this tournament, which is awesome. I think that's fantastic. Get them out there young, start them, have them fun. I wish that I had done some tournaments when I was young, but they, I don't believe, won any games, and they only got, I think they got one person out, so they got 20 points at the end of the day. And they just weren't having fun with it, which is really sad. I kept trying to tell them, like, just have fun with it. You know, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. Just try to have fun. And then we were actually, Luke and I were the ones that were going to be playing them next, and I felt really bad. It was our last game. We needed to win. We needed to get the 100 points, and before the tie, but we didn't know there was a tie yet. And these poor kids, they had not won one game. And I just felt really bad because we needed to win, and we did. You know, I one-balled both of them just to get them out. But I think it's great that they were out there. I think that's fantastic, and I wish that people would encourage more, you know, younger kids to get out there and get the next generation going, because the sport will end if we don't have young kids out there playing.
Well, that's what Mary tries to do.
That is what Mary tries to do, and I think Tim tries to do that too, and he encourages it, which is great.
Well, then they should, and our field could do this. Three Rivers could do this very easily, is have a specific tournament for younger kids. So
that'd be nice, yeah. There weren't enough teams for that, but yeah, in general, you're right.
A tournament where you're under 15. And that way, 7-year-olds and 12-year-olds who are just starting out can still learn the game and be competitive, but not get crushed by somebody who's there to play.
Right. And if we weren't so close to a tie already for third, I might well have not let them win, but we wouldn't have gotten all 100 points, you know.
But it's not always about age. Like, I'm 5-0. Like, I don't think it's necessarily. I wouldn't call it not
It's not
fair.
age, it's experience. That's for sure. But they weren't experienced either. They were young and
and that's why there should be like an amateur first year playing tournament.
Yeah, but this was everybody. Because they don't have enough people for that.
I understand that. I'm not saying that there was anything wrong with this tournament. I think Tim Toy is doing a great job. I think.
Well, then what are you talking about?
I'm saying that people should think about it, and there's a lot of fields out there who could do young tournaments. So that's all I'm saying, is that there should be a tournament for people who are non-experienced but who still want to go out and try to compete and get better.
I wish we had more tournaments in general.
Like, if I was a 12-year-old, I wouldn't want to play against a 30-year-old man with an electronic gun that's been playing for 15 years. That's a lot of pressure for a little kid who just wants to go out there and play.
I agree with you, but first we got to get the regular tournaments before we can get those ones.
And although that kid, I think his uncle was on BOD, he had to be 7, not even, and he was kicking major butt.
That's true. Clark, the answer to your question is I believe they were maybe 12 and 14.
I don't even think 14. I think they were like 10 and 12.
They actually do have, so Three Rivers should do an event where experienced players get to play and help youngins. So Mary Burkhart and
James Pulliam?
But what's their group called?
They're Grassy Knollman, but they are involved in Modern Day Pirates.
They're doing just like a mentorship program throughout the summer at different scenarios where
I don't think it's necessarily different scenarios, it's different fields.
I believe it's all scenarios.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I know the one at Three Rivers is this.
I believe it's all scenarios.
Okay. Jeez.
So what the little kids do is they get to follow around one specific player, experienced player for the whole day, and each young kid gets an older experienced player for the whole day, which is awesome. And they just follow them around and learn from them and follow them on the field, and that's great. I think that's fantastic. And if I was involved with them too, I probably would have signed up to do that. But I didn't go to. I don't think I'm going to any of the scenarios that they're doing that at, because the only one they're doing at Three Rivers is what
It's
scenario is
the
that?
Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon,
And
which
that's the
I
last
don't
one of the season.
I don't believe I'm playing that. So
Because one of them was, I believe, at Urban Assault.
I think so. Yeah.
The one was in. Urban Assault's the McDonald's one, right?
Yeah.
One was in Duncansville, PA. There was the Three Rivers, which will be ending this season, and then I don't remember where the other one was.
And actually,
it might have been at P3 though.
Seeds next weekend. I don't know what that means. You're talking the Boy Scouts to the event in July and get them to start playing. I agree with you. Let's get them out there. Speaking of Clark, I'm going to throw this out there while I'm thinking about it. You got to get in touch with me somehow because you got to message me or text me or whatever. Find me on Facebook because I don't know what shirt to get you or anything because I don't have any of your contact information. So you got to... I tried to find you on Facebook, but there's so many Ryan Clarks that I don't know which one's you. So just find me. But anyway, Coco, I don't know what Seeds is. You're going to have to explain that to me. But yeah, I agree that we should get more young kids out there following experienced players. But anyway, back to what I was talking about.
The tournament, there was 12-year-olds. They hadn't won. They weren't
I'm
having
reading.
fun.
X-Ball tournament at P3. Seeds is the name of the series. Yeah, but like X-Ball, little kids... I think little kids are better off at Woods Ball, personally, or a scenario. A smaller scenario, not a big scenario by any means. But anyway, yeah, so as far as this one goes, these two kids were probably... I think the older one was maybe 14 and the younger one was maybe 12 or 13. Somewhere around there, don't you say?
I would say 10 and 12.
Okay, maybe even younger.
I
but
would not even say teens.
The point is that I kept trying to tell them, just have fun with it. Whether you win or lose, just have fun. And besides that, you're never going to get better if you don't play people that are better than you.
Yes. But if you get whacked 3 times in the head, it's no longer fun. It's just a not fun experience.
True, but that happened after I was telling him that.
No, he told you that he had gotten hit 3 times in the head.
Yeah, when I went back to talk to him after that game.
I'm a competitive bitch. If I'm not winning or even have a chance of winning, then it's not fun for me.
Getting hit in the head is the best part? Is that what you're saying? Because I don't agree with that. Getting hit in the head hurts.
Fingers, head, and neck.
That's true. I agree with you. He said that a bad day of paintball is better than a good day at work.
Depends on what you do for a living.
That's true. But I think for the most part, that's right.
That explains a lot, Hot Cocoa.
That's why you don't have brain cells. Just keep getting hit in the head. But that's what happened at the 2-man tournament. It was a lot of fun. If he has it again next year, he had it last year. This was the second year. If he has it again next year, I'm definitely going to go. And if we can get more Dunedain to sign up, that's great too. You like getting shot in the ear? You're a very strange individual. I just want to throw that out to you.
I think just playing, he was thinking and spreading. He didn't care that he got hit in the head.
Well, save your stories about getting hit in the head for the interview. Don't tell everybody now. But so that's what happened at the 2-man tournament. I kind of, in some ways, I like a 2-man tournament better than the 5-man that we did last year. The 5-man was fun.
Lay down.
We came in 7th out of 10 on that one.
Stay.
Which I was again proud of. It was our first tournament together besides Coco and I had done a 2-man. And for a lot of people, it was the first time we had ever done anything together, really. John wasn't his first time with us, but he hadn't even played in 6 months, if not more. Coco and I had only done the NXL together. It was Corey's first time working with us, and A-Dog wasn't too comfortable there. She didn't like the 5-man tournament. She didn't really want to do it, but we didn't have anyone else to fill a spot. So I think we did pretty well at that one, but overall I would say I actually like the format of the 2-man better. Loki, you gotta stop. You're tempting him with your popcorn here. Um. Well, we can do it at the field. That's fine with me. But I like the format of the two-man tournament better. I don't know. There's something about it that I just liked better. Maybe it was the field. I don't know.
I think the field was definitely better.
It's definitely better maintained, but I'm not sure that it would. Like if they were equally maintained, I'm not sure it would be better. It'd be at least as good, but I don't know what better.
I don't think you could do a 5-man there.
No, you couldn't. It's too
You could
small
do a
for that.
3-man.
You could do 3-man easily, but 5, yeah, it'd get a little. I think for a tournament, 5-man would get too cramped on that particular field. For average play, that'd be fine, but for a tournament, I don't think it would work. Tell him. Yeah, I tried to convince him. He told me no. His mom even said that he could go and she'd pay for it. But he said, Loki, you have to stop. Go lay down. Go on.
Oh,
Go lay down.
his mom's a pretty cool lady. I like her.
Go on. Go lay down. I would like to go watch the Iron City Classic. I'm obviously not playing in because I could get no one to say yes, teammates.
Hey, don't look at me. You tell me to be somewhere. I jump in the car with you. Tim Toy's playing in that, though.
It's a matter of people and the drive. So I guess that A-Dog and I and Alex are not good enough for you. You need other people. As if there's better people.
I'm spectacular.
And the drive...
in every way.
Get over it. Go. We're driving that far. Alex is driving that far. Just go.
That doesn't get his license, and then you have to pick him up and take him everywhere.
That's all I have to say about the two-man tournament, really, unless anyone has any questions or comments about it. But I have more news for Ion. Have you ever been to a big game like that? Because if you haven't, you can't really say you like smaller games better. Now, if you were to go to Ion, or just a big game, not necessarily as big as Ion, just a big one like that, and then you decided that you liked smaller games better, I would have no problem with that. That's legitimate. She definitely feels that way. In a lot of ways, I like that better too. But if you've never done it, you can't really say that. You can't compare if you've never done it.
That's scary.
What was the layout for the two-man?
It was a mixture of hyper and speed. What?
No.
Based on bunkers, yeah. Are you saying no to me, or are you saying no to...
A 200-person game has ups and downs to it. It's a little different. What are you talking about? 200? Are you talking about D-Day? Is that what you're talking about?
It was good, Coco.
I think he's talking about the 200-person game.
Oh.
Yeah, was it the scenario good? Because it could have not been the size. It could have just been the scenario wasn't good.
How many people do you think was at Mogadishu Mile? Because that was horrible.
Definitely less than D-Day this year. But not by a lot. I would say it was about 30 and 30 as opposed to 40 and 40.
I fell into a creek.
Good job. Very proud of you. Loki, I can't. I'm busy. I can't play with you right now. Mommy can go play with you. She's bothering me anyway. Yeah. Oh, the two-man. It was really good. If you were here on time, you would know that. If you were, if you actually signed on when you're supposed to.
I told you.
We even waited over 10 minutes for people to get on. It's not my fault that you didn't pay attention. The point is, it was a lot of fun. And the layout was 15 balls per second or less. You could use whatever gun you wanted, basically. No ramping. 280 feet per second. And it was a lot of fun.
Poor squids.
YouTube didn't tell me. Yeah, but then A-Dog told you on the messenger. So, you have no excuse. Try 200 versus 20. Depends on who the 20 is. um, that's when I get jumped on?
That's when he jumped on when I told him.
No, you didn't. It was a little later than that. Loki, stop, baby. I can't right now. Go get it. Not verse times. Times 20.
Ah. 200 times 20. So 4,000. That would be Ion.
Right. Well, it's Ion is, and I'm sure this is true of every big game. So whether it be Living Legends or Super Game, any of them, they're just a whole different experience. Big games. A typical big game, at least in Pittsburgh area, is maybe 200. Typical big game in, let's say, California is probably 400 or 500.
Canada, 1,000.
No, not that much. But Ion and Super Game and Living Legends and even D-Day, Oklahoma D-Day, they're all in the thousands of people, and it's just a completely different experience than any big game that we have here. So when you say you like smaller games better than the big games, like I said, I don't have an issue with that. If that's how you feel, that's legitimate. But you can't say you've tried it and you like it better because you haven't tried it. So you should go at least once and try it. And if you don't like it after that, no problem. That's your choice, and that's legitimate. That's your preference. I have no issue with people that don't like scenarios or don't like tournaments or don't like speedball or don't like woods ball or don't like pump or whatever your preference is. But you can't say that you don't like it if you've never tried it. That's a completely different thing. Like, I can't say that I don't like MagFed because I haven't really tried it. I can say that I'm not a big speedball guy. I'll play it. I enjoy when I play it, but I'm not good at it, and I would prefer to play woods ball. I can say that because I've played in a two-man NXL tournament, so I've done it.
With the people that you played with at the tournament this past Saturday. They were in the two-man.
A few of them were there. It is always better with friends. I agree with that. And that's another thing about Ion is that it is just a whole lot of people together having fun. It really is. So the whole night is just parties. Everyone's having parties. There's even a giant tent with like 500 people in it just dancing all night.
Can we just talk about that picture right there?
This one?
And how creepy it looks.
Why is it a little creepy?
It's like she was doing some sneaking around.
What?
I like this picture.
Which one?
The picture of you and me in the stand.
No, she just saw us. It was a good picture. You could see the raindrops. What are you...
Anyway, never mind. I'm just gonna shut up.
Okay. Do you even speedball, bro? Coco will play speedball with you. I'll play speedball. I prefer woods ball, but I'll certainly play speedball. I have on many occasions. Oh, hyperball at Three Rivers. That doesn't... It kind of counts, I guess. Not really. Well, yeah, but that's because it takes... In my opinion, it takes more skill to shoot somebody from 50 yards away than it does from 10 yards away. Maybe you disagree with that, but that's the way I feel. Generally speaking, now, this is going to sound awful. I don't mean it to. I'm not trying to insult any speedball players, Coco, you, or anyone else. But I find that there's more skill overall involved in a tournament like we played, or a 5-man woods ball tournament, or mechanical, or a pump, than there is in speedball. Not saying that there's not a lot of skill involved in speedball, because there definitely is.
I think you have to be more athletic.
You have to be faster. You have
Limber.
to be tighter and more limber in speedball, yes. But most of it, what it comes down to is how many balls can you stick in the air faster than the other guy. And that's a skill in itself. It really is. And knowing where to put those balls, that's a skill. Being able to avoid them when they come at you. There's a lot of skill involved. But generally, it really does come down to who can throw more paint at the other guy. With Woods ball, whether it be pump or mechanical or scenario, whatever else, it really comes down to what is your strategy and how are you going to go about shooting the other guy. So, that's just my take on it. Perhaps people will disagree with that. I know, Coco, you obviously disagree with that. But, okay, so Coco, so you disagree with that. What would you say is the key ingredient to speedball, if not who can throw more paint? Clark, you're right. There is a lot of angles, bunkering, and quick peeks. That is true. But you also do a lot of that in Woods ball. Or at least I do.
He has to slide on the snake. I feel like that takes way more skill than just bunkering. Also, math.
Math.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said angles. I'm just saying.
Moving up the field faster than the team. But again, moving up the field faster than the other team happens in Woods ball. That's not unique to speedball. That happens in both. So give me something that's unique in speedball. That overall requires more skill than a Woods ball player would need. And Clark, again, you say speed, and again, the same thing just goes along with it. That's true. So what Clark said was that in Woods ball, he'll run halfway up the field and then look back, and his team's still back at the spawn. And that is true, but that is new players who don't want to get out there in front. When you're playing with experienced players in Woods ball, they'll go to the 50 at least, or at least as far as they can.
Not the type of.
That's not the type of player they are. But for the most part, that's true. With an experienced player, they're going to try to take as much of the field as they can.
Think about MagFed specifically in snipers, where Paul.
MagFed definitely do.
Facchetti, they would just sit back.
Facchetti can't run because of his knees. And Paul, you're right, he's not that type of player, but he's also like 80 years old.
He's not 80. He's 40.
Even look at Nightmare. He's 100% Milsim player.
I'm
MagFed.
not saying that.
He's completely MagFed, but yet he tries to get to at least the 50.
I'm saying that specifically with MagFed, they have particular guns where they want to sit and snipe like they're in war.
Only if they have first strikes. If they don't have first strikes, that's not true. If you watch MagFed tournaments, they're running around just as much as anybody else.
I'm not saying that they don't run, and I'm not saying that they don't want to progress to the halfway point, because you're not going to get very far, or you're going to be last man standing if you just wait in the back. And then if you're last man standing and there's 4 people, you ain't going anywhere.
Okay.
But I'm saying that there are types of players who like that sniping,
yes.
that they'll sit back or they'll be in a tower.
Okay, but I'm talking about general here.
I'm just being devil's advocate. Never mind.
Okay.
Your daddy's telling me.
You'll have to tell me later playing zombies.
Who's playing zombies?
Coco. I don't. Yeah, I don't play it like a video game either. So basically, what the conversation is about is how video games people have learned from video games to play, and they play paintball like it.
That's dumb.
I don't know about that one.
That's real dumb.
Well, I mean, you're young. You can get shot a lot. I used to play very aggressively too. Before I switched to pump, I would play I would do unexpected aggressive things that 60% of the time worked perfectly because they never saw it coming, and then the other 40% I would just get wrecked. There was no in between. Either it worked or it didn't. But now that I've switched to pump, I'm much more conservative with how I play. If you like getting shot that many times, go for it. Get shot 15 times. I'd prefer to not. He said he likes to run in and get shot a lot. Hey, whatever.
Ooh.
Clark. I don't know, because he asked.
I think we need to have better requirements.
Better requirements? So, but that we'll maybe we'll talk about speedball versus woodsball sometime in the future, because today actually has some other stuff to talk about. So, but Ion is coming up. Clark, you should definitely come. There's still time. Still time. But
I'm
Alex,
leading the troops again.
Alex is coming with us. That's going to be fun. And if you want an adrenaline surge, let me tell you. Okay, so he said it's all about the adrenaline surge. Let me tell you, Clark said that.
Okay.
So I've said this before on live, but I'm going to tell you, Clark, what happened. And I might have told you in person. I'm not sure, but here it is again. So our first year at Ion, we didn't know what to expect. It was our first year. And that was 2016. And in that particular year, they
couldn't see a thing in front of you.
Right. It was very foggy, like really, really foggy that day. And it turned out that the Allies' plan was to lay down a huge cloud of smoke. And then at the appropriate time, they would all rush onto what we found out later was Beach 4. We were on Beach 2. Well, so it was already foggy, you already couldn't see much, and then they laid down this thick layers of smoke. I swear everyone on their team, all 2,000 people, must have thrown 2 smokes each. Couldn't see a damn thing. If I held the gun out in front of me, I would not be able to see the tip of it. And somehow I'm looking around, and I'm the last one in the front line on the beach. I'm the only one there on our team. Now, there were people behind me, but I couldn't see them. I was the one in the front, the only one. I don't know how it happened. But there it was, trying to shoot through the smoke, just like, I don't know what I'm shooting at, I'm just shooting something. And then all of a sudden this foghorn goes off. And it scares the crap out of me. I have no idea what's going on. I assume that it means that something big's going to happen. They're going to rush a field, or something important's about to happen, or there's a big drop coming, or for all I know, it could be a helicopter above me going to shoot me. I don't know. But I ran. I ran away from there so fast until I saw somebody on my team. Which wasn't that far back, but it was far enough. And it turned out that I was right. The foghorn did mean for the Allies to all rush the beach at one time, but it was Beach 4. We were on Beach 2. So I would have been safe, but I didn't know that. And it was super scary, and the adrenaline was running real hard. So if you want adrenaline, that right there was legitimately the scariest thing that I've ever experienced on the paintball field, and probably one of the scariest things I've ever experienced in my life that I wasn't really like afraid of. You know, there's certainly more scary things that like I feared for my life or for my safety. This wasn't that. It was like a fun scared as opposed to like I'm gonna die scared. So in that context, it was probably one of the scariest things. And if you want an adrenaline rush, that's it. That is an adrenaline rush. But I mean, there are definitely some downfalls to Ion, whether it be playing with that many people or just in general.
No.
A-Dog certainly doesn't like playing with 4,000 people. Loki. And that's fine. You know, if you really don't like it, that's fine. But you don't know that until you try it. And she goes anyway because she knows I enjoy it. And so she goes with me. And now she's important. You know, now she's XO of the company, and you're commanding over, what is it, 90 people at this point? Because it was
70.
over 80. And now there's more, he said there's more stragglers coming in. So it's got to be closer to 90, maybe even 100 or over 100 by the time we actually get out in the field and play. That she's going to be second in command of. So she's an important person at this point, and for not liking it, That's pretty impressive. Um, if only I had thermal goggles. Well, it was daytime. I don't know if thermal goggles would have been a good idea. It would have blinded myself. But one of the biggest downfalls of Ion, and this is probably true for most big games, but specifically Ion because that's one I've been to, is the porta johns. Now there's 4,000 players, which means that there's like 5,000 people there because there's all sorts of people that just camp out. There's vendors. There's the staff. There's got to be at least 5,000 people there. And they have a lot of porta johns, probably 100 or more porta johns throughout the area, and they're actually very diligent about cleaning them.
They also have one in the row of 5. They have one specifically for women.
Oh, one for women. We don't have one for men. But anyway, with 5,000 people using them, I don't care how many they have or how diligent they are about cleaning them, which they are very good about. Every morning they get cleaned for that whole week. So I think they might even get cleaned in the middle of the day too, but it's definitely every morning because I'm usually awake by then. Usually I'm going over to use the porta john as they're cleaning. I'm always having to wait for them to clean it. I don't know how that ends up. Maybe the truck wakes me up and then I just head over there for my morning poo. I don't know, but the downfall is that that many people using those porta johns is really, really stinky. That's the biggest downfall of Ion for me. What would you say the biggest downfall for Ion is for you?
I don't know.
Well, for me, it's the porta johns. So what I did this year,
I've always had it to arrive when it was dark. So that's the issue. Trying to get into the tent without it either raining or being foggy.
Oh yeah, because you had to set up the tent, you had to put everything together.
Listen, I was making money.
We've been there 2 years now, and not once has she done any prep work for any of the games.
I shouldn't have to. I come to support you. I shouldn't have to do anything. Just sit there and look pretty. This
year you're in charge of some stuff, so you better be doing some stuff. But anyway, so what I did this year was I got myself a fold-to-go toilet. Woo! And it's nothing fancy. It's just like this little plastic doohickey. Looks like a toilet seat. It's got legs on it. 3 legs that pop out like that. And you literally just sit on this toilet seat and poop into a bag. That's how it works. You poop into a bag. And then we got, along with that, I haven't even opened this thing yet, so I'm going to do that now. Open it up. It's like a little tent or canopy. Do we have a knife or scissors?
We have both of those things.
Can you get me one?
Do not open up with a hair clip.
So we're
Can you wait 5 seconds?
Nope.
So I can get your scissors, please?
I sure can't. I'm too excited. This has been sitting here for like 3 weeks and I haven't opened it yet.
Before you break something.
What am I going to break? I'm more likely to hurt myself or something else with scissors than I am with a pen. But because, you don't want to go pooping in front of people. There's not very many things in this world that I think should be private. Pooping is one of them. And Ben just comes on as I say that. He's walking into the conversation at a weird time. So Ben, what I was saying was that the one downfall of Ion for me. Yes, Loki, can I help you with something?
He's excited.
What's up?
He's excited about the reveal.
What can I do for you? Can I help you?
You have scissors and he's excited about it.
Hi, pup. Yeah, I know, it's very exciting. The reveal is very exciting, I know. But the downfall is the porta john, so I bought myself a toilet. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Why are you attacking my face? Go see mommy. Go see mommy.
Come here, baby. Do I have more ice for you?
Is the door open? Does anybody go out?
The door's open.
Chemical warfare. Well, the porta johns aren't on the field. You don't go on the field to poop.
Luckily, we've always been close to a bathroom.
Well, there's a lot of them. They're like, you can't be far at any given time, honestly. So inside that box is this, and then inside this bag is another bag. Actually, this is the carrying case, though. Kind of looks like a drum of some kind. But this is a carrying case. Unzip this. And inside that, we have the actual tent doohicker. Whoa! That was unexpected. Now this is actually classified as a portable shower, but I'm using it for pooping. And there's nothing that they can do about it. They can't stop me. Hey, dog.
Yeah.
I think I need your help. Can you move the chair out of the way? And then move the dog out of the way.
Loki, baby, come here. Loki, come.
There we go. Okay. So, ta-da! We have a poop station for pooping. Look at that. It's beautiful. Come on, you gotta move so that everyone can see it.
Loke is ready.
It's a poop station for pooping.
Loke is ready.
Hey, look. And so then we put our little toilet inside the poop station. Obviously it stands up, it's got legs. And then you take a little poop. Or a big poop, depending on how much you
Are
gotta
you gonna get a
poop.
bladder? And then we can take a shower too?
We could take showers in here too. I did not buy a shower, but we have the encasement for it now. So that's I'm very excited about it. It was actually pretty cheap too.
Did you buy this separately or did it
Yeah,
come with...
it's separate. But the whole
You're
thing,
scaring the dog.
both of them together, were I think like $40. It was not very much for it because they're not like complicated piece of machinery. But overall, I think it was a good investment because definitely the biggest downfall at Ion is the porta-johns.
See, as a woman, we're not supposed to reveal to men that we poop. So I don't need to use this because I don't poop.
Ah. If we did shower in it, I don't see how a shower would make you smell worse. There is no bathroom. That's the problem. There's no bathroom. There's porta-johns. There's no
You
bathroom.
can buy separate double duty bags.
Woo! Well, I got it to close, except
Yeah.
that now it's supposed to fold into a circle, and I'm not quite sure how to do that because it popped open so fast that I couldn't see how it did it. And are there instructions somewhere?
You're hidden, dog. No, there's not instructions anywhere.
Well, I'll have to, oh, wait, here it is. Here's the instructions. Okay, so, did that part.
You fold it like that.
Okay, so you do fold it like a taco. Oh, like,
I'm
show
showing
me the
everybody.
instructions again.
You
So
fold it like a taco.
this end like that, and then you fold it
Yeah, and then
that. I can't see the instructions.
rim 2 to rim 3. No, you fold it in. You're supposed to fold it in.
What?
Look how that. Oh, that guy's folding it this way, Dan.
What? Can you
Look,
stop moving it?
See the arrow? You're supposed to fold it that way.
Like this?
Mm.
And then like that. And then you twist. Loki, if you're standing on it, I can't fold it there. And then you. I don't know. I've got nothing. I have no idea how to close this up. Oh, wait a minute. Haha! That's
That's not even close.
Yes, it is. Look at it. That's almost exactly right. Where's the carrying case? Can I have the carrying case, please? So I was super excited about it. I hadn't opened it yet. Now I've opened it, and it's still exciting.
He's gonna set it up in the woods and in our backyard and just start pooping outside.
And Alex, I already talked to you about it. You don't get to use this. It costs me money. If you want to use it, you got to pay rent. You got to pay a poop fee. Or you can use Porta Johns for free. A poop fee. And then actually a purchase I made since last Ion, we haven't used it at Ion yet. In fact, we haven't really used it at all, is a party tent. It's 10 by 20. Party tent, canvas.
You should put this in here.
Canvas party tent that I'm pretty excited about. It'll be the base of operations for Ion, so that'll be fun. Okay, excuse me, pardon me.
Tent QC Army Green. Wait, there's something in here.
Ooh, I love things. There's more things to find. What's in there?
How to return.
Ah, how to return. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go dig a hole and poop in it. Just no. I'm just not gonna do that. What about you?
I have problems pooping on a toilet. You think that I'm gonna go find a hole in the woods?
Right. So that's a no. Loki, you are destructive. You
I don't
are
find
destructive.
myself to be high maintenance by any means.
Is the thunder scaring
But
you?
when I go to the bathroom, I like to sit on a toilet. It can be a
Say
Porta
hello.
John toilet,
Say hello.
but I like to sit on a toilet.
Say hello to the YouTubes.
No, go to get up, Joe. Look, everybody loves you. Stop biting me, though. Stop biting.
But he likes biting. Biting is
But
fun.
he can't bite. He's done teething. He's over it. No more bites.
He doesn't actually bite though. He just
He just likes to stick your arm in his mouth and
But he doesn't
chew on it.
actually bite you though, which is
no,
good.
because he doesn't bite his toys. Like he chews on his toys. He doesn't necessarily rip them apart. Right, baby. I know. I'm just tasty. I know.
You are tasty. It's true.
Mm.
But next week we will not be having a live because it is 4th of July. So not a live. The week after that though we'll probably have two. Wednesday we'll have our usual, although it'll probably be shorter, maybe a little later than usual because we'll be leaving the next morning, which means I need to pack the truck on Wednesday. So maybe a little shorter than usual. We'll just kind of get on, say hi to everybody. And then that Friday, we'll probably have one just to introduce everybody and say, hey, we're at Ion, we're having fun, that sort of thing. Not sure what time that'll be. It's not 4th of July yet. You can't wish happy 4th of July when it's not the 4th of July. Ow! Excuse you.
They signed it, but it didn't go into effect until the 2nd of August.
Okay.
Just saying, the Declaration of Independence did not go into effect because it had to go through all the procedures. So it did not take effect until August 2nd.
Right.
Just
And
saying.
most of them signed it like 2 months before that. What's your point?
My point is that the 4th of July really doesn't mean anything.
Why you gotta be that guy? Why can't you just have fun with it and wish happy birthday to our country?
Because I gotta be that guy.
Go away.
Everybody loves me. Nobody wants me to go away.
She did just say that. Yeah. Yeah, she did. You know, I'm not like the most patriotic person in the world, but damn.
What? You should be learning the proper dates of our country.
Do you know the proper dates of the country?
Yes, I do.
Okay, when was it first? Who was the first person to sign it, and when did they do it?
Hancock was the first person to sign it.
Nope.
Then I don't know. I'm sorry.
He signed it largest. He did not sign it
I thought he was the first one. No. I don't know, Daniel. I just wanted to show my knowledge to people.
Oh, A-Dog. Un-American.
I'm not un-American.
I mean, you're not wrong that, like, the 4th of July doesn't really mean anything, but it's symbolic is what it is.
Okay, well, there's a lot of things symbolic.
Like, if you're going to give a birthday to the nation, that's it. What other day would it be?
It can be July 4th. I'm not saying that it's not. But, like, it's like, I'm not going to go into this because everyone will hate me when I say things. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut, and I will set off a firework to support my amazing country that I live in. That lets me do this. Say whatever I want on YouTube.
Yes, the Native Americans were indeed here before us. That is true. But it's still the birthday of our country, because they were different countries. They were many actually civilizations. So they all have their own birthdays. The United States of America, though, birthday is July 4th, 1776. Whether or not that's an accurate date, who knows? But it's just a date. It's like Christmas. It's December 25th. Is that accurate? No. But it's just a day. Alex says he thinks that John Hancock was first. He may have been. I don't know for sure. I don't know about that. But he definitely was biggest. That's for sure.
I thought he was the first.
He was upset, too. The reason he signed it so damn big was because he wanted to be, like, president of the Congress or something, and he wasn't, so he was upset about it, so he just signed his name real big to make himself seem important. Loki, what is your problem? Why are you whining so much right now? Google it. I think that's what she's doing. What would you prefer the birthday of our nation to be, love, if not 4th of July?
August 2nd.
August 2nd?
When it went into effect.
What about the fact that the war started the year before that? Or the fact that we didn't actually have a country until 83, when the war ended? Or the fact that that was the Articles of Confederation, so we didn't actually have the United States of America.
See, Loki's getting upset now.
Until, what was it, 1795 or something like that. Shouldn't that be our birthday? Wait, what say you to that? No? Yes? No?
Hold on, I'm reading.
Ah, she's reading. I'm jealous of what? Her smartitude? Sometimes I am. Actually, we had this discussion the other day. A-Dog is not smart, she's intelligent. I'm not intelligent, I'm smart. Those are two different things.
Because we were watching Eureka, and there are some people on that program
Loki, you gotta
that
stop.
are very intelligent, and then others who are not intelligent, but they're smart.
What, Loki? What do you want? What's going on with you? I don't know what you want. All Dunedain members, by the way, 4th of July, my grandmother is having a pig roast up in Erie. You're all welcome to join us if you want. If you'd like to come, we're not going to drive you. You have to drive yourself, or get there somehow. Loki, stop.
Okay, so from World Atlas.
But you're all welcome to join us.
Sorry, an ad popped up. John Hancock was the first to sign the Declaration of Independence upon its adoption on July 4th. At the time he was the president of the Continental Congress, his signature was historically described as iconic due to his vivacious, large nature, which was an indication of confidence and...
Vivacious. It's a good word.
Though his signature was the first and the most significant, there were other 56 signatories to the Declaration of Independence, among them being John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, who later were presidents of the United States of America.
So he was first, yes. He was also definitely largest because he wanted to seem important.
Wasn't Ben Franklin last?
Did Ben Franklin sign it?
I thought Ben Franklin signed it.
I honestly don't know the answer to that. I don't know if he signed it or not. But in any case, it's our processing speed. That's part of it. That's definitely part of the intelligence versus smart. A-Dog, like when we have debates about things, I'm very quick with responses. I'll always have an answer or a question or something right away. She'll take some time to think about it and really develop the question and or the answer in her mind. And it may even take as much as a day or two, and then she'll come back with like this super great answer or question, as opposed to I can come up with something real quick. But when it comes to math or science or things that require like really brain power, really looking at it and know what you're talking about, she is without question better than I am. So that's why I say she's intelligent, I'm smart. Processing power or processing speed is, I agree with Clark, it's definitely part of intelligence versus smart. Some people would describe it as maybe book smart versus street smart. So like street smart is what we're calling smart, and then book smart is what we're calling intelligent. That's another way of putting it. Who knows more numbers in pi? I've no doubt that she does, because she is a math nerd. I know 3.1415. 16?
It's 3.1415926, I think.
So she knows at least two more than I do.
Because the year of pi was 2015.
That's why I know the next numbers
but
are
you're
1.5.
supposed to celebrate it at, I think it's 1:59.
Clark was
seconds.
so smart with his pi numbers.
I have enough things to worry about than memorizing digits.
True dat, man. True dat. More stuff going on than memorizing digits. Clark loves math. You get along with him just fine.
Excellent. That's why he's on our team.
Because he loves math?
Yeah. I've not a lot of people. Like, the biggest annoyance I have is when they find out that I taught math. They're like, well, I hate math. Nobody cares. I don't care if you hate math. Guess what? I love it. I don't give a shit about what you want.
I hate math.
I know you hate math, and it irritates me.
You probably did Google it. I have no doubt, Clark, that you knew several of those numbers, but you probably Googled the last part.
No, I was wrong.
You were wrong?
I was wrong about Benjamin Franklin, and the only reason I thought I knew that was because of Big Daddy.
Did he not sign it last, or did he not sign it at all?
No, he signed it.
Okay.
But it says other delegates signed on August 2nd, and the last person to sign was Matthew Thornton, who was a New Hampshire delegate.
Cool. What day? August 2nd?
I'm assuming, because it doesn't say anything else about when they signed it.
Here's a fun piece of trivia knowledge. Did you know that Vermont, while in existence at that time, was not one of the 13 colonies and actually was its own country when the United States became a country? Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, Vermont was its own country. So most people think that Texas was the only state that we have that was its own country for a while. But no, Vermont was too. Who cares what grade he's in? No one cares. No one cares what grade you're in, or that you take Algebra 2, or Trig. No one cares about that. No one cares about math. Math can suck itself.
Take stats and calc together. Because first of all, statistics is not math. Statistics is the science of data. Therefore, because it's the study, not the science, it's the study of data. Therefore, because it's a study, it's a science. I don't know why math teachers have to teach statistics. I enjoy statistics and probability. It's my favorite aspect. But it's not a math. It's a science.
You're a science.
Not necessarily. Calculus isn't more important. It depends on what you want to do. Statistics will get you ahead in life regardless of what you do. Calc, if you're going to be an engineer, will help you in life, but statistics will get you further if you're not going to go into a math generated field for work. Also, if you're good at math, go into actuarial science and make 90,000 when you get out of college.
Here's something annoying, somewhat related, not exactly related. When I was in college, you know, back in the day, when I was but a wee lad.
Back in the day.
Yeah, it was like 20 years ago at this point.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even 10.
So my major at that point was sport, art, and entertainment management. It's basically just a business degree of the arts. I had to take 3 accounting classes. Accounting 1, accounting 2, and managerial accounting.
I heard the story way too many.
Well, then go away. Just shoot.
No.
Take the dog with you
No.
and make him go away. And the accounting majors had to take 3 accounting classes. Accounting 1, accounting 2, and managerial. And I thought, well, why aren't I an accounting major or double majoring in accounting if they have to take the same exact classes as I do? Which ended up, you know, I'm glad I didn't. I hated accounting. They told us in accounting 1, if you couldn't do well in accounting 1, you would fail accounting 2. And if you couldn't do well in accounting 2, there was no possible way you'd have any idea what was going on in managerial accounting. Well, I got a D in 1, a C in 2, and an A in 3. Yeah, exactly opposite of what they said, because my mind doesn't work that way. So A-Dog, as we said, is intelligent. Her mind works that way. She would have done very well in 1, very well in 2, and she may have struggled in 3. I'm exactly opposite. I don't know how to do the math aspect. I don't know how to figure all those numbers out. But once I have the numbers, I know exactly what to do with them and how to apply them to real life. And that's why I was good at the managerial side of it.
You don't like thinking about doing math. If somebody gives you a formula, you have
It's
no
not
idea
my
what's going
fault
on.
that A-Dog keeps standing behind them. I can't help that.
Why does it matter?
He said because
you
no
don't
one
need
can
to
see
see
it.
my face. It's not that pretty. It's okay.
There you go. How's that? What are you doing?
I'm reading.
You were giving an answer and then you stopped mid
No,
sentence.
I didn't. I said that I wasn't pretty. It doesn't matter if it's covering my face. And then I was reading.
Kind of you're needy, Clark. Jeez. Everyone wants to see your pretty face. Actually, what they probably want to see is that derriere. But they can't. They definitely can't with the pictures here because she's not wearing any pants. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but she's got no pants on. She's got her paintball underwear, but that's it. No pants.
Listen, I work from home. It's Wednesday. I don't need to wear pants.
That's it. That's what everyone wants to see, though. Girl, yes, yes, she is what?
I'm assuming that I'm pretty.
We have no. Oh, you have noticed that she's not wearing pants? Step back for a second. No pants. Oh, show's over, folks. Stop staring at my wife's legs. You gross people. He said pretty.
Aw.
You are pretty. I like you.
Do you?
Yeah. Pants are optional. Pants are very optional. We used to
Pants
have
are not needed.
we used to have days of the week, and Wednesday was pantsless Wednesdays.
Well, it's Wednesday, and I've decided not to wear pants.
That's fine. I can't do that option. No one would watch this. We already only have 3 people.
You have good legs, though. You had 6.
Yeah, that's true. Did I upload a picture of my girl in a
No.
bikini with a paintball mask on? I have stopped, not because I wanted to stop, but because she wanted to stop. They didn't make her feel good about herself. I don't know why. She looks incredibly gorgeous in every photo that we post. And if you agree, please let her know. But she doesn't like doing them anymore, so we have stopped doing that. And honestly, actually, as far as staring at her, please go right ahead. I take it as a compliment. The more people say that she's hot, the better I feel about myself because that's awesome. I scored myself a hottie.
You scored yourself something.
I think it wasn't an interview. Oh
Yeah, you
I did
put
put her.
that picture.
Yeah, but that's on Instagram too, Clark. And hell yeah to what? What are you hell yeahing?
That it makes you feel good. Oh.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking him. Why would you? You don't know what's going on in his
I don't
brain.
know what's going on in Clark's brain.
So then why would I be asking you?
I think it'd be very weird if I knew what was going on in a 16-year-old boy's
Then
brain.
why would I be asking you? I've got 3 notifications from Alex.
He has cheesy jokes, and he lost his train of thought.
Goes in then leaves when I don't understand. Am I missing something?
I don't know.
Loki, what's the matter, babe? What are you crying about? I don't know what you want.
He wants his ice cube.
That's understandable. It's pretty hot. It's hot.
It's real funny to watch him stare at the cup as the ice dispenses because he's really confused. He hears it making noise and he sees it dropping but doesn't land on the floor. So he goes like this and then he looks down.
When I get water out of the fridge, he's always right there in case an ice cube drops. Which is pretty funny. It's pretty adorable as well.
You want more ice, pumpkin?
Okay? Only because A-Dog is there. What are you talking about, Clark? Your sentences make no sense. Please explain yourself. Because I have no idea what you're saying.
Where is it? Where's it going?
So I just started playing Pokemon Go again. Can't even see that. There it is. Because I'm trying to do that whole like weight loss thing. And the one thing that Pokemon Go really did for me back in the day was it made me walk. It made me move. And so I'm doing it again and hoping that I will, start moving around. Which it actually has already done because today between appointments I was walking back and forth between the gym and a Pokestop.
For sure.
So I'm on Red Clan. Puts ice cubes under the couch and Loki doesn't do that. He's too busy eating them. He doesn't want to put them anywhere. Clark says it's so hot in here because you're hot. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. Except I do, I guess, to a certain degree because she's always in here and she's always hot, but it's not always hot in the house. So there is that. But
You like these, baby, don't
yeah, it cools them down.
you? Did you get a Cubone yet?
I did not get a Cubone, but I did get. I found a new.
Cubone?
I do have a Cubone already, from long ago. I did get this new cute little guy that I thought you would like. I don't remember what he was called, but he looked a lot like a Cubone.
I love Cubone.
See, Pokemon back in my day was only Gen 1, and by the time Gen 2 and 3 and all the other ones came out, I wasn't paying attention to it anymore. So, now that I've restarted, I have no idea what any of these things are. Here, this is Aaron.
I love him. He's adorable. I need it.
So, he looks a lot like Cubone. But anyway, so I have no idea what any of these Pokemon are. But like I said, it's making me move. It's making me get up and do some stuff. You're trying to get your 6-pack back. Ooh.
Who? Who has a 6-pack?
No one has it right now. Clark's trying to get it back. He had one at one point.
Him having a 6-pack doesn't help me.
In 2 years, it might. Clark, when do you turn 17? So you're good at math, but you're not so good at spelling, I see. You might want to check your 2s there.
That's
October. So in a year and not even a year and a half, that a 6-pack could mean something for you. I know, I'm funny.
What pumpkin? What pumpkin? I got one more ice cube for you, baby. One more.
He's enjoying his cubes of ice. Grammar Nazi. See, now the problem with that particular sentence there is that a grammar Nazi would be against grammar, not the police of grammar. So, you don't only need to check your grammar and your sentence structure and your spelling, you also need to check your definitions. Just saying.
Our school system is failing.
Indeed, it is failing, as evidenced by this young man right here. Oh, snap! You don't use what that much? You don't use that much. Loki, what's going on? What are you crying about? You want more ice cubes?
No, we don't be peeing all night. Come here. Go get him. Go get Lou. Go get him.
That much.
Get him.
See, now, Alex, you got to keep this in mind. Okay, so we are playing on the German team. Yes, that is true, as we always do. But no one refers to us as the Nazis. Please keep that in mind, because the Nazis are very, very bad. Whether it be Nazis now or Nazis in World War II, none of them are good. So don't refer to us as Nazis. It's Germans. We're the German team, not the Nazi team. Please keep that in mind. Don't waste any Nazi flags or anything. It's German stuff. German stuff. That's why, like, this flag right here that we use for all of our events,
Can I help you?
that's actually a World War I German flag, not a World War II German flag. But we use it because we don't want to use the World War II German flag because it's, a Nazi flag. Am I German? I am indeed at least partially German. I am mostly, apparently, we just took 23andMe, that's a DNA test. I personally am mostly Irish and English. But I do have quite a bit of French/German in me. They apparently can't distinguish between the two. But according to my genealogy, I'm German, not French. I don't take jokes lightly when they're implying that I'm a Nazi. I'm sorry, I just don't. It's not easy to it's not easy to get me to not like a joke, but that's probably one of the things I just won't take. An American Indian? Is that what you mean by American? Or are you just saying that you were born and raised in America? Because, like, I already knew that. What are you going on
You're
about?
hurting me.
I'm cracking your toes. They hurts. No, like USA American. Yes, everyone that lives in this country is indeed USA American.
Your nationality is American. Your ethnicity would be.
Yeah, what she said. Your nationality is American. Your ethnicity is something else, though.
Your ethnicity is where your ancestors came from. So in this case, your ethnicity would be Irish, British.
Loki.
I'm sorry, English.
What are you crying
English,
about?
Irish, German, and French.
Why are you crying, dog? What? What do you want?
So, like, if you were born in France, your nationality would be French.
Yes, what she said. Yes, indeed. We're talking ethnicity. Oh, these young kids today and their grammar. I can't. It's bad, Loki.
Texting
It's bad, Loki.
is the worst thing
It's
that
bad,
has ever
Loki.
happened to the English word.
It's bad, Loki. I don't think that's true. You know why I say that? And I'm not saying that
'Cause you're-
texting is a good thing for the English language. It's not.
I didn't say language. I said word.
Okay, and for the English word. But if you go back 100 years, they would say exactly the same thing about newspapers. If you went back 100 years before that, they would say exactly the same thing about declarations. Like, you
My
can find
point
that
Is that
everywhere.
students write papers now in text speak?
Yeah, but people have always been lazy. Think about when there was invented instead of they are. Do you know how upset people must have been and how lazy this generation is? Because they have
because of contractions.
because they have to contract their words and they can't say a whole sentence.
What a hard life they live.
Think about that for a second. I
I-
guarantee you.
I'm sure they'd be mad too.
Yes.
But the fact that words are now letters.
It's always been a thing. Look at road signs. It's always been THRU for through. Long before texting was a thing, through. THRU.
My point, and I don't. If you want to do that, that's fine. I don't care. But then don't write a paper that you're going to submit to somebody, because I've had this happen.
Mm-hmm.
That is putting. First of all, she wrote a paper that was a research paper using the word you anyway, and you never use the word you for a research paper. And then second, every time she used you, it was the letter and not the word, and I wanted to just scream.
So that's funny and bad, but at the same time, language evolves over time. So you can't really say this is wrong. Like, it's not 2 plus 2. You can say that 2 plus 2 is 4. And
Sometimes you
it's never going to change
Yes, it does.
for base 10.
Thank you. Then yes.
That's never going to change. But language can change. Bling was not a word 15 years ago, now it is. Ain't was not a word 50 years ago, now it is. Like, language evolves.
I understand that.
So you can't just outright say, no, that's wrong. Because it's not.
Okay, so it was wrong that she put you in a research paper. That will always be wrong.
No, because that's not a scientific fact either. That is what we have decided as a culture. The scientific community has decided that putting you in a scientific paper is wrong.
Not a scientific. I'm not talking about a scientific paper. I'm talking about a research paper.
Yes, but it's because of scientific papers. You're supposed to say this one or this author instead of you or me.
Why are you disagreeing?
That is our culture. That is different than just saying it's outright wrong.
So based on our culture, it was incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to get through life in this culture, learn how to write a research paper. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I've been neglecting the comments here. Let's see. Oh, none of this matters anyway. It's all just stupid stuff. About through and one and need statistics. What? It's need to be all statistics. I don't understand that sentence. You may be good at math, but your English needs a little work. Oh, goodness. Well, that's pretty much all I had for today. I wanted to unbox my pooper and talk about the 2-man tournament. Do you guys have any comments or questions or considerations? Ben is not. He had to go back to work.
Oh. He does work at Insomnia Cookies, so you know. Cookies wait for no man.
Statics? It needs to be all statics. You mean like letters as in and no apostrophes?
What?
Apparently I can't read. Whoa. Calm down. No, I actually didn't know. I did not know what you meant. Yeah. It needs to be all statics.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I don't know what it means. But anyway, guys, that's all I had for tonight. Um, like I said earlier, next week on Wednesday, that's 4th of July. So happy 4th of July, but we will not be having a live. Or if we do, it won't be very long. It'll probably be in the car, so not very interesting. And the week after that, we'll probably have two. We'll do our usual Wednesday, but it'll probably be pretty short because we'll be packing for Ion, and then we'll probably have one at Ion either Thursday, but most likely Friday some point. When we get to Ion a 1v1, I'm generally okay with that. We just have to find a place to do it. I assume I don't know. I assume we'll be allowed maybe on Friday. I don't know, but we'll find out. Clark, you gave me your number in here somewhere. I gotta find that. Clark, do you have Facebook Messenger? If you do, there. Okay, you sent it to me again. If you do have Messenger, I'm gonna add you to the group. And if you don't have Messenger, get it so that I can add you to the group. But I will text you here very shortly. All right, everybody. Have a good night, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a good night. Oh, what, Clark? What do you want? What do you want? You live in a valley, so you don't get good service. Well, that's fine. That's not a problem. I just need a way to contact you in general. But anyway, everybody, have a good night.